Good day, everyone. At this juncture, we will be having a literary review. This story is entitled To Kill a Mockingbird by Neil Harper Lee. I have prepared 10 important events for us to tackle. First is Scout begins school. The story begins in the summer Scout turns 6. That's when Dill Harris arrives and comes up with the idea of making Boo Radley come out. It's also the year that Scout starts the first grade. Being a clever girl, Scout was eager to start school, but it ends up being a huge letdown. Second is the children begin finding gifts in the nut hole. Things perks up when she and Jim start finding small gifts in the nut hole of the Radley's oak tree. When Dill returns the following summer, the children's torment of Boo Radley escalates. When Atticus catches them, he shuts the game down. The next time they snoop around the Radley's place, Boo Radley's brother, Nathan, fires a shotgun over their heads, and Jim loses his pants escaping the place. Third is, Nut Hole is cemented. When more gifts appear in the tree, Scout and Jim write a thank you note to whoever was leaving them. When they go to deliver it to the nut hole, it has been filled with cement. Fourth is Miss Maudie's house burns down. Miss Maudie's house burns down in the middle of the night. Luckily, no one is killed. All the children can do is watch from the way down the street. When a mysterious blanket appears on Scout's shoulder, Atticus tells her that Boo Radley put it there. Fifth is the Finch family has a bigger problem. The entire town seems unhappy with Atticus. He's defending an African American man in an upcoming trial. His name is Tom Robinson, and he's been accused of a terrible crime. Racist attitudes begins to surface, and Scout gets bullied. She manages to rise above it until her cousin Francis calls Atticus a name using the N-word. She nearly knocks his back off. Scout believes she must fight for Atticus' honor because he's 50 and feeble. Sixth is the Finches stop the lynch mob. The trial of Tom Robinson is about to start. He's been accused of raping a white woman, and Atticus is his defense attorney. Good thing that Dill rocks up unannounced. At least the three children can support each other through this rough patch. And what a rough patch when a lynch mob tries to snatch Tom Robinson from Macomb jail. The children step in, and Atticus was guarding Tom's cell. But the only thing that really stopped the mob was Scout. Her naive friendliness to a man she recognized probably saved many lives that night. Seventh is Tom Robinson is found guilty. When the trial begins, the children are eager to watch. Tom Robinson is on trial for his life, and Atticus has a tough job ahead of him. Atticus expertly picks apart the phony testimony of Tom Robinson's accusers, the Ewells. He reveals the Bob Ewells to be a violent, racist, and a fool. As for his daughter Mayella, the alleged victim, Atticus shows the court what a desperate liar she is. In fact, it's obvious that Bob bashed Mayella, not Tom Robinson, who can use only one arm. And, and, and as for the rape, no doctor was called to assess Mayella's injuries. When Tom Robinson takes the stand, he testified that it was Mayella who jumped on him. Scout can see that he's telling the truth. Then Atticus gives the closing statement of the jury. But it's still not enough. After hours of deliberation, the jury finds Tom guilty of raping Mayella Ewell. The children are truly devastated. Eighth event is Tom Robinson is shot trying to escape. Bob Ewell now has a score to settle disputes on Atticus and threatens him in the street. Things take turn for the worse. Tom Robinson is shot dead while trying to escape prison. When Maycomb's town people react cynically, Mr. Underwood has the last word. He writes an editorial in the Tribune comparing Tom's killing to the senseless slaughter songbird by children and hunters. That's when Mockingbird is being shown in the story. Ninth event is Boo saved Scout and Jim from Bob Ewell's Halloween attacks. After a little while, things seem to return to normal. Scout is excited for the school Halloween pageant and debut. She'll be dressed as a ham. Her costume is more like a ham-colored wire prison. Jem escorts her to and from the school for her big night. On their way home, Scout decides to keep her costume on, and it's a good thing she does. Jim and Scout are attacked in the darkness, and her costume shields her. Poor Jim isn't so lucky. When another stranger joins the scuffle, their attacker is flung to the ground. Through her ham's eye holes, Scout sees the stranger carry Jem home. Jem is alive but unconscious and has a badly broken arm. Tenth event is Sheriff delivers the news. Bob Ewell is lying dead at the scene with a knife stuck in his ribs. He asks Scout to recount what happened. When she points the man who saved them, it takes her a minute to realize who he is. It's Boo Radley. Boo stopped Bob Ewell from killing the children. Stopped him for good. But Hecate decides to save Boo from the trauma of being brought into the limelight. He's a shy one. The record will show that Bob Ewell slipped and fell on his knife, and that's final. Atticus tries to object, but Hecate stands firm. Scout sums it up neatly. Shoving Boo into the limelight, even as a hero, would be like shooting a mockingbird. So, the lesson and the general idea of the story is that despite of an inherent bias, we must strive to make our participation in the trial as free of prejudice as possible. That's all for the literary review. Hope you like it and enjoy it. Goodbye.